Hello there, welcome to my views and news. Two new stories for you in this video. First one is from Eritrea. It seems Eritrea has decided to intervene in another regional conflict. What is Eritrea doing here? What type of intervention is it? And how is international community going to respond to this intervention? By the way, Eritrea is accused of exploiting regional conflicts to uh, widen its regional reach. Secondly, Amhara Prosperity Party called some meetings in Bahirdar this week, 2 days ago rather. The meetings failed reportedly. What happened? Firstly, viewers, Eritrea is accused that it intervenes, it fuels the conflicts in the Horn of Africa, East Africa. And Eritrea was accused in the past as well of backing armed factions in Somalia, interfering with internal matters of Ethiopia, internal matters of Sudan, etc. Once again, reports are coming in about Eritrean intervention into another regional conflict. What type of intervention is it? Eritrea shares a border with Sudan, eastern Sudan. When war broke out between Rapid Support Forces and Sudan military earlier this year, Eritrea took a neutral position, saying that it was up to the parties to conflict to resolve the issue. Did not take any sides. That is what Ethiopia said as well. And Eritrea did not become part of IGAD-led initiative to resolve the conflict in Sudan. It did not back or it become part of the US Saudi Arabia-led efforts in Jeddah. It only participated in Egypt-led efforts. Isas Afwerki participated in a meeting held in Cairo, presided over by Egyptian President al-Sisi. And then we saw that Eritrea started its own efforts as well to be relevant in Sudan. Eritrea hosted Sudanese leadership from Darfur. Al-Burhan visited Eritrea twice. Military chief of Sudanese army, Abdul Fattah al-Burhan, visited Eritrea twice. And we saw that gradually Eritrea shifted from neutral stance towards support of al-Burhan's side. But that support was only to the extent of issuing statements, the extent of creating an alliance between Sudanese military and Darfur-based groups. Jibril Ibrahim and Minawi were seen in Eritrea, and Isas Afwerki mediated between military and Darfur-based groups. Darfur-based groups have remained largely neutral in the war between Sudanese military and Rapid Support Forces, though these groups are small but in control of al-Fashir. Still, they are relevant. Now, when war is approaching Eritrean-Ethiopian borders, Eritrea has decided to intervene in this conflict. By the way, I have been reporting since last year, that Eritrea has been opposing the advance of Rapid Support Forces towards eastern Sudan. RSF were mainly based in Darfur. From Darfur, they managed to enter and have a footing in capital, Khartoum, Bari Umad. They could not gain foothold in eastern Sudan. Eritrea has been opposing the spread of Rapid Support Forces into eastern Sudan. For years, Eritrea has been opposing the movement of Rapid Support Forces into eastern Sudan. And now, when we know that Rapid Support Forces are on the move towards eastern Sudan, they could launch an offensive towards Gedaref, towards Blue Nile, maybe towards Kassala too. Eritrea is concerned. Rapid support forces have captured Wad Madani in Al Jazeera state, where tens of thousands of IDPs were staying, who are now fleeing towards unknown locations. They don't know where to go, whether to go in Gidarif, Kassala, Port Sudan, Brunei. They were already displaced from Khartoum, Bari Mudraman. Now, once again, they have been displaced because RSF in control of Wad Madani. Though when RSF tried to enter Wad Madani, US told RSF that it should not move towards Wad Madani, as Wad Madani was home to tens of thousands of IDPs. RSF did not listen to US, it captured Wad Madani. And after that, RSF ordered inquiry that the capture of Wad Madani was not ordered by RSF top men. An inquiry is being conducted. Basically, RSF leadership is trying to distance itself from lower commanders. The lower commanders on their own launched offensive towards Wad Madani, which is not correct, by the way. Just to appease the US, RSF is taking this position. Now, from Wad Madani, Al Jazeera state, RSF is likely to move towards Gidarif, Kassala, which share border with Ethiopia. That is why Eritrea is concerned. And now, reportedly, Eritrea is training youths of Eastern Sudan. Military training is being given by Eritrean government to the youths of Kassala, Gidarif too, reportedly. By the way, general mobilization has been ordered by authorities in the states of Gidarif and Brunei, which could be new targets of rapid support forces. So before RSF's advance towards Gidarif and Kassala, Eritrea is training tribal youths. Tribal leaders of Kassala, Gidarif, including Bija tribe leaders and others, are on good terms with the Saas-Avukis government. Eritrea has penetration in Eastern Sudan because some of these tribes live on both sides of the border. In Sudan, Eritrea, they have connections. Eritrea has been known for having influence in Eastern Sudan because Eastern Sudan's tribal leaders stay in touch with Eritrean government. It is being confirmed to us by some sources. Obviously, we cannot disclose the sources that Eritrea is training hundreds of Sudanese youths to fight against rapid support forces. Sudan military obviously on board. Sudan military is an ally of Eritrean government. Sudan military is collapsing. The military is calling upon people to take up arms. But military not in a position to train people. So Eritrea is coming to the rescue of Sudan's military. Eritrea came to the rescue of Ethiopian military as well against Tigray fighters. But back then, Eritrea sent its forces. So far, Eritrea has not sent its forces to intervene in Sudan, but it is intervening in Sudan in the form of a proxy war that it is training. It has started training Sudanese youths. Now, very interesting scenario is unfolding. Ethiopia has soft corner for rapid support forces. UAE is a key ally of Ethiopia. UAE is a big supporter of the rapid support forces. So if rapid support forces start advancing towards Gidarif, towards Kassala, Ethiopia and Eritrea will take different positions. Ethiopia will stay silent or will support rapid support forces. Eritrea will support Sudanese military. It will back local fight against rapid support forces. So this part of Africa, tri-border, Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea border, could be the scene of a new regional proxy war. Let's see what happens. I shared with you what I learned through some very reliable sources. Eritrea does not want rapid support forces to come close to its borders. By the way, Egypt wants the same as well. It did not allow RSF to advance towards its border. It warned RSF against moving from Bari, Khartoum, towards the northern side, towards Egyptian border. Both Egypt, Eritrea allies. They want to keep RSF away from their borders. Ethiopia might be inviting RSF to come to its border. Ethiopia has other objectives, other agenda. Let's see. Very interesting regional scenario is unfolding. Secondly, viewers, Amhara region of Ethiopia, where Amhara Prosperity Party is the casualty of conflict in the Amhara region. The party is seeing serious internal rifts. Party's lower and middle level structure has collapsed. Top level structure in place, but lower middle level structure collapsed, you can say. The lower and middle level Prosperity Party leaders cannot support Fano. They cannot oppose Fano as well. If they start opposing Fano fighters just assassinate them. If they start supporting Fano fighters, government arrests them. So they're in a difficult position. Party trying to keep unity by holding meetings, by engaging the people, but party is faced with a challenge. In Bahirda, 2 days ago, a meeting was held. Meeting was announced to be held in 3 places of the Prosperity Party. At District Police Office, at District Administration Office, District Revenue Office. 3 separate meetings of Prosperity Party were due to be held. No one turned up. Only a few people, only a few party workers turned up to participate in the party meetings. And in some cases, in one meeting, the party leadership was not there. So the 3 meetings failed, we can say. And we must not forget that Fano fighters have stated publicly that Prosperity Party meetings are legitimate targets for Fano fighters. So whenever such meetings are held, Fano fighters storm the meetings, they kill people, assassinate people, and they say that people should not attend such government meetings. That is what happened in Bahirdar 2 days ago. 3 meetings in 3 different areas of Bahirdar failed because only a few members of Prosperity Party turned up to attend the meeting. Thank you for watching.